The Ten Commandments are not chains of restriction. They are pillars of truth, given to shape the heart, protect the spirit, and draw humanity closer to Him. The first commandment. You shall have no other gods before me. This commandment calls the heart to undivided devotion. It reminds us that God alone is the source of life, strength, and salvation. When we place power, money, people, or fear above Him, our spirit becomes divided and restless. To honor this commandment is to trust God completely, to lean on Him in all seasons, and to acknowledge that nothing can replace His presence. The second commandment. You shall not make for yourself an idol. God invites us to worship Him in truth, not in images made by human hands. This commandment reaches beyond statues and carvings. It speaks to anything we elevate above God's will. It calls us to examine our hearts and release false securities. True worship is not shaped by form, but by obedience, humility, and love. The third commandment. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. The name of God is holy, powerful, and worthy of reverence. This commandment teaches us to speak His name with honor, not in anger, mockery, or emptiness. It reminds us that our words carry weight, and our lives should reflect the holiness of the God we proclaim. To honor His name is to live in integrity before Him and others. The fourth commandment. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. God calls us to rest, not out of weakness, but out of trust. The Sabbath is a sacred pause, a reminder that life does not depend on endless striving. In rest, we renew our spirit, restore our strength, and realign our hearts with God's purpose. This commandment invites us into peace and gratitude. The fifth commandment. Honor your father and your mother. This commandment establishes the foundation of respect and gratitude. It teaches us to value those who nurtured us, guided us, and sacrificed for us, even when relationships are imperfect. Honor reflects humility, forgiveness, and grace. Through this commandment, God builds strong families and lasting generations rooted in love. The sixth commandment. You shall not murder. God affirms the sacredness of human life. This commandment calls us to reject violence, hatred, and bitterness. It invites us to choose compassion over anger,